But I think that when fasting felt worse and worse. So when you're fasting, your body pretty quickly, like by the second, third day, is supposed to shift into burning fat for energy, which is why a lot of people, the first day is quite hard, but on day 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond, it can actually be quite easy. And people report feeling like high off of it. They feel light and like they don't need to eat. And they actually
Like
don't need to
pork.
eat because the body's burning the fat. And fat, burns is in quote here, but it it burns 8 or 9 times more efficiently than glucose. So you get this rush of energy that's unlike the type of energy you get from burning sugar. Your cells normally feed on sugar, but they could switch to feed off fat. So when this doesn't happen, I think, and I don't have studies to back this up, but I think it is a liver problem. That's what's causing it. The liver is not converting the fats to energy properly. The liver does a lot of different things. It produces its own fats as well, cholesterol. And so I do think that the liver is under functioning for one reason or another. And that's if you hear somebody like, no, 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 I just kept fasting, I kept trying, it just didn't work. I felt worse and worse and worse. I think the liver is not keeping up with that. So they are just actually starving because your body will kick in and feed off its own fat reserves to prevent you from actually starving. But if it doesn't do that, it could be a liver problem. I think it's a sign of a liver problem.
Hmm.
The coffee enemas are somewhat irrelevant to me here. I don't think she needs to continue doing them. That's the selenium and the magnesium that's in the Caltati and the Ultimate Classic. And the magnesium, that should help quell those cravings. I think that's a big sign, those cravings. And she's an interesting case because I think she's like pure nutrient deficiency and probably mostly minerals because the way she eats, she probably is getting some vitamins. But you see a lot of people where this is tied up in the metabolic problem, and I don't really see any signs of this being caused by processed foods, even though like anybody else, she would have eaten some, obviously, we all did, but still, she
They
looks
just don't.
good. Well, that's also another sign, though, that she is mineral deficient, craving the salt. And salt alone won't get rid of it. You need these other ones. Could be iron as well, too. These are the common ones that cause deficiencies: iron, calcium, and salt. But specifically with sugar, and even more specifically with chocolate, it's more likely to be magnesium or chromium, or both. To say too, I've been updating the cheat sheet here. If anybody wants it, I will put it in the chat. I did a significant update. Just find it for you. You guys should keep up with the latest versions of it because it's still far from complete, but the more that goes into it, the more useful it is. And it's just fresh on my mind right now because I've been updating the vitamin C section. Vitamin C can benefit basically every system in the body, right? It's just one of those powerhouse nutrients. Some of them, like selenium and stuff, they work on literally almost every single system of the body, whereas other nutrients have a very specific action. But vitamin C, it can help with the immune system, with your energy, with tissue repair, cancer, cardiovascular disease, eye disorders, birth defects, even HIV and AIDS, infertility, depression, schizophrenia, right? All over the body. So giving a high dose of vitamin C is just one of those easy, cheap, and quick things that you can do to help the situation out. But really here it's for the constipation, but it's especially for the constipation. Constipation is a huge problem. Anything starts to become toxic, starts to be reabsorbed, starts to change the flora. So you could be taking probiotics. If you're constipated, that's going to be constantly working against you. It's going to be constantly preventing the good bacteria from thriving and constantly encouraging the bad bacteria to grow. So anything we can do to force that out right now is a good thing.
Hmm.
Don't go above the 150, although I'm comfortable at the 150 dose. But if they're 300 pounds, I'll just extend this. I'll just call it 3 weeks. 3 weeks, just assuming it's going to take them longer to saturate their tissues. And on this last one, I usually just say until the product is finished. They could keep taking 50 milligrams for 3 months. I don't really care. Just want to get them off the mega doses and taper them down. You just do it quickly to top them up and then bring them down.
But is that 100 milligrams for 2 weeks or per day for 2 weeks?
Per day for 2 weeks. Main reason to do this is if you do see the white spots on the nails. I've never fasted 3 to 5 days before. Every time I try, I get so nauseous, puke, yellow stomach acid. Do you still continue past that stage fasting, taking the 90 essential nutrients? Maybe water, salt fast, maybe raw milk fast, eat an egg if nauseous. And she's got another question I'll get to after. Okay, so if you're having a hard time fasting, a lot of people will recommend to push through it. I don't recommend pushing through it. Fasting should not be that difficult. If it is, you should step back. If you do get nauseated, that's low blood sugar. It could be dehydration. Excuse me. So you're saying here water, salt fast. Yeah, you should always have water. Raw milk fast. I don't know if that's still a fast, but the main idea of a fast to me is just lessening the burden on the body for digestion. So if you're using juices, a lot of people say that's not a real fast. To me, I don't care. If you're using juices or milk or something like that, it's still less solid food, less work for your body to do. It's still a form of a fast. But your question here to eat an egg if you're nauseated, no, eat dried fruit or a regular fruit, whole fruit. Eat something that's going to bring up your blood sugar because that's going to stop the nausea faster than anything. If you're on a boat and you're getting seasick, the captain's going to give you some biscuits that they keep on board because the biscuits will bring your blood sugar up very, very quickly. And that's what's going to relieve the nausea better than anything else that I'm aware of. So anytime you're nauseated, yes, either drink salt, sure, electrolytes. If that doesn't work quickly, I would just break the fast and have some dried fruit. Dried fruit's going to be your fastest way to get rid of the nausea, other than just pure sugar, but have some dried fruit instead. And yeah, if you just feel terrible on a fast, then like I said, I'm pretty sure that's a liver problem. I'm still looking for that full answer and see if there's actually been any studies on it, but that's what it looks like to me because it shouldn't be that difficult. I know I won't have that difficult of a time doing it. I know on day 2 it's going to be easier than than day 1. Day 3 is not going to be that bad either. But some people, if they're totally miserable during that, your liver's probably not functioning properly, probably need to top up. So you're saying, should I just continue past it while taking the 90? No. Eat something. If it's not working for you, it's not supposed to feel bad. The first day is supposed to feel a little bit weird, but it's not supposed to be miserable. You're not supposed to feel more tired. And your main benefit is just lessening the burden on your system anyways. Fasting doesn't really itself. Okay, I'll stop myself. It can. It can shift your cells into, going and digesting old dead cells and stuff like that. It's not like it's doing nothing, but it's not the most important thing to healing by far. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. It can be dangerous if you fast and it's not working for you. You could pass out. You could hit your head on something. This happens, right? A lot of people want to fast so bad that they'll go through all that negative stuff, hoping that it's going to just turn out good in the end, and it's probably not. You'll see this in diets too. I've been following this Instagram account called Carnivore Cringe, where they're vegan. I know it's kind of propaganda, but they're showing a lot of people who are failing on carnivore, and a lot of these people are like, is my blood pressure supposed to increase? I guess I'll just keep going. And you've got other people in the comments saying, oh, just fight through it. Just keep going. It'll get better eventually. Probably not. If you guys know, you could feel worse when you just start eating healthy and stuff. It's possible. It should be very, very short term. If you continue to feel bad on it, then it's incorrect. Something is incorrect. And it's true with fasting too. If it's not working, it's not working. And Alicia's also saying, what do you do with your empty bottle of Ultimate Classic? Do you rinse it with water? Yes, that's what all of us do with the liquids. Even the plain plant dried minerals, when they're down to the bottom and they still got some sludge in them, I put some water in and just shake it vigorously. You could even put something acidic in it just to help liberate it all. Just a little bit of vinegar and swig it down. It's valuable stuff there at the bottom, but it doesn't separate very much, so you don't have to worry about it like some of the nutrients like settling down to the bottom and you're not getting them. It's just a little bit extra classic. Yeah, use water.